a motherfucking Sunday. Yeah. So, I am making a way better time this morning than I thought I would, but I also like rearranged my schedule so that I am, so I think there's going to be a writing group at Tupi's. I'm not following up on this. I forgot who it was that talked about it. But if it is, from what I remember, there should be a writing group at Tupi's at 3. I don't know if that is still a going thing. I did not check SAC-CT today. It might not even be on there. Last night was the barbecue at the Sesh. It was amazing. The Sesh might be closed, but the talented people that work there, the creative people who supported and made creative things, I think will still see success beyond it. Oh, and the house will still stay successful, and that hopefully there's no leaks or anything. But it was a good ending to a damn good run at some of the most creative and unique shows in Sacramento. One of the most fun venues. So today, I am getting ready. I'm going to try and make it to that group at Tupi Coffee and do the writing if that's still going. And then probably, I don't know how long that'll go, but come back here and do a few chores to get ready for the week, like laying out outfits so that I don't have to rush in the mornings, and maybe like packing a lunch and stuff for work for the next 2 days, that kind of shit. So I'm gonna do some chores. Then I'm like already, I don't know, Tupi Coffee starts at 3. I'm not running late, and you know it's a writing group, so I could just show up and jump in. But then tonight shit gets really exciting, especially if you're in Chico. Because where it is for me tonight is Chico. That's where I'm going to be. Mulberry Station at 8 o'clock is when the show starts. I'll probably get there a little bit early too. I absolutely have loved so many of the crowds that I've had doing shows in Chico. So I'm excited to get a chance to go up there again. Tonight, some hilarious comics are up in that area or from that area. If you ever can make it to a Chico show, if not this one, go to another Chico comedy show. They are always funny. Oh, I guess I could do an outfit of the day. I should. I almost was kind of like using this to remember what I wore. These are really old shorts. They were really cool in the aughts, like from Hollister. They're really low rise. They're really frayed. Pretty sure that, I think they could have been, these might even be hand-me-downs from my cousin. These are definitely old shorts. And then the shirt is a Chihuahua with glasses, kind of like my true spirit animal. I have a joke about spirit animals, but my true spirit animal is probably a Chihuahua. But a friendly Chihuahua. A yappy and friendly Chihuahua. A lazy, yappy, and friendly Chihuahua. All right. I don't know. The bruise is, I'm okay with the bruise, but whatever the fuck is going on the tip of my thumb, or the tip of my tongue, the tip of my nose, better not be a fucking, it's on the tip of my tongue, trying to say the tip of my nose, better not be a fucking pimple. I have like, so I'm going to get wrinkles and pimples at the same time. Like I'm getting pimples and wrinkles. I thought that I'd get like a nice sweet spot in between the pimples and the wrinkles, but nah, they're going to be all together. All right, so I'm doing verbal autobiography of me, which is not so much a coherent verbal autobiography at this point, although I think I'm going to get like the questions that one needs to answer to write a verbal autobiography. But really it's just a whole bunch of like opinion splooge, just a lot of my opinions on things. And a lot of me, like I want to interact with people, but I don't have the ability to see. I got glasses, they're over here, but I think I showed this on the past one. But I'll demonstrate again. So I have near sight. Like the closer something is to me, the better I can see it. And that makes sense to me. Like, if something's right up there by my eyes, of course I can see it. It's the far-sighted people that make no sense. How is it that you can actually see more when it gets farther away? Like, this makes it, near sight is more logical. I have near sight. So, like, I have sight to about, so I can read, I can still read. And right here is about where, if it gets farther than this, I can't see shit. So, you guys are a lot farther. All right. So the page I left off on, which I didn't preview at all, was television favorites. Oh, this is gonna be fun. They give 8 of them there to write out, but I'll just try and see what television favorites I can think of. There's so much good television. Currently, I'm really enjoying Yellow Jackets. I think I've mentioned it several times on here. Well, I'm mentioning it again. You put Christina Ricci and Juliette Lewis in a movie, I'm probably going to keep mentioning it. Also, I haven't finished it yet. I'm savoring it. Let's see. So that's like a really good show that I finished recently. Let me think. Something good that I finished recently. This year, I watched... oh man, I started the start of this year, what is it called? Fargo, and that was a really good show. That definitely was some good entertainment up there at the beginning of this year. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Way less sad. No, Fargo wasn't... So, I would be, someone who's seen it, I would love to have like an in-person discussion on this. But I do feel like more or less... Maybe a little unfair, but if people were bad in Fargo, bad shit happened to them. Bad shit happened to good people too, but like the worst shit happened to people, except for in season 2. I do think Jesse Plemons' character kind of just got screwed there. Maybe it's because he's trying to change who was it? Not the Virgin Suicides girl. Kirsten Dunst was in the season 2. She was Jesse Plemons' wife. And now I think Jesse Plemons' wife in real life. Real life wife. No, I am a poet. True Blood is a show that was very close to my heart. It was one of like my favorite show that me and my parents particularly bonded over. Also, one of my favorite Halloween costumes to date is when my parents were Bill and Sookie from True Blood. It was so fucking cute. My parents used to throw wild Halloween parties. All ages though, and that means that like their friends could get my friends drunk, which is not always a good thing. Children are not respectful drunks. They're like worse than open mic comics. Open mic comics like care. They have something they love. Kids are just like wild. Let's see. So those are shows. I'm a big fan of cartoons. South Park, I almost get a little... So I read this article. Since this is autobiography, I'll just let people know. Yeah, so I gotta start getting speeding up for Tupi's. Because I do want to do eyeshadow. Because I am doing 12 minutes tonight at Mulberry Station. And if I'm lucky, they're going to weekly let me go a little between 12 and 13. So that I can really give a good send-off to everyone. I'm so excited to do jokes. But I'm also excited to, if this Tupi thing is real, if not, I'm still going to buy coffee from there. Tupi Coffee, Brazilian coffee place. They do an open mic on Thursdays on the rooftop. It is fire. One time, almost literally across the street, and we all had to evacuate, but everyone was fine, and it was hilarious. And that's a good memory. South Park, so a few years ago, I read this article that basically kind of described, I guess you would say millennial, or my generation, as being South Park adults. So having like this almost philosophy built on nihilism of South Park. And it wasn't that I felt seen by that article, but I felt really called out. Like I felt like I was kind of dismissed by that article. Like they were just automatically saying, because there is a certain philosophy that's in South Park, and yeah, South Park's like hilarious, but I think laughter is an amazing thing. It's the best medicine. And it's not nihilistic in that. It's like nihilist almost after like So there are values, like, you know, your friends and stuff, or your family, like, there are, and of course now it's a lot more goofy, but, and I guess it always was then. I don't know, whatever it was, the way that they describe, when I am trying to re-describe back to you guys in this article, I felt insulted by. But I did grow up on South Park. In fact, I don't even want to imagine a world where it doesn't at least come up with a Paramount Plus special every once in a while. I love Matt Stone and Trey Parker. I think that they wore beautiful Oscar dresses. I love people like that, that, I don't know, I feel like they owned their success. Also, you know, they partied with famous people too, and one of the best episodes to come from a party they went to with a famous person was, I forget the whole episode, but there's a tugboat in it. The tugboat kills himself. Oh man, who is it? Is it Keanu Reeves? No, it's not Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is cool. Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe has a tugboat. And I guess Russell Crowe does make music, and when you go over to Russell Crowe's house, the downside to partying with Russell Crowe is he makes you listen to his music. Alright, I'm going to be going in a second so that I can do eyeshadow, but then I might be coming back so that you guys can help, or not help, but, you know, hang out with me while I rush to get ready for Tupi's, or you can later watch this on YouTube. Watch me while I was rushing to get ready for Tupi's. I'm putting on eyeshadow primer right now. I don't know. I was looking at my demographic thing for the first, I found the insights on Instagram for the first time because I was reading something on comedy about how to market yourself, and it's like, bitch, use hashtags. And I'm like, I'm so resistant to hashtags. They're so overwhelming. I know that I could just get an app or a GI to do it, or GI, AI gastrointestinal tract. All right, yeah, I like South Park. Family Guy is amazing. Oh, what's his name that writes Family Guy? This is what I'll leave on for now, and then I'll be back in like 20 minutes. We'll see how much it takes me to figure out what I want to do with eyeshadow. Seth MacFarlane was like my, so what I thought like my type might be. Every year we change, but like, still, like, I don't know if I want to be him or, like, fuck him. That kind of thing. I admire him. Less so now, but he had a heyday. Family Guy's funny as fuck. But South Park is, like, way more, South Park, I like a lot. I've seen all of it. All right. Going to do eyeshadow. Bye. Oh, I will wish everyone a good day when I come back. But I hope it's good until we see each other again. Holy shit, it's live. Again. There might be dead too. If there was dead, like ghosts and stuff floating behind me, don't let me know. What I don't know isn't gonna... Well, that's not true. I guess sometimes what you don't know hurts you, but I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I do like ghost shows though. I like the horror anthologies. Oh yeah, American Horror Story is one of my favorite like love-hate shows. I guess I could throw in another one. I'm always open to new shows. Your favorite things to dream about is what I am about to talk about. So they don't say day or night dream. Sometimes, because of my epic dreaming, and that kind of just like fucking me up sometimes for sleep, makes it that, like, I'm not a big fan of night dreaming. It's very exhausting. Waking up from a bad dream is really exhausting, and waking up from a good dream is so disappointing. It's exhausting. I don't know. As I know, I'm talking to ghosts. So my favorite things to dream about is then daydream. And I actually have this whole thing, like this year, where I've had to really, really work on daydreaming. Because daydreaming also leads to disappointment. Like, I also have, like, if I just tell myself, hey, where I'm at, it's going to where I'm at is where I'm going to be, and I'm going to try and make it a good time for me and the people sharing that space with me in that time. And then however anything goes, that's like, it's going to be good, trying to go into that mindset, because I have been very much like an elaborate daydreamer. Like, I didn't pay attention in school. I just would think about everything that all these like amazing things are like, oh, it's going to be so great because it's going to be like this. And just the more exact I was in expectations, the more I opened myself up to disappointment. However, the more lax I've been with expectations, I have, like, I think, had things happen that I would have never imagined. Like, I could have, there's like, especially even just getting to do comedy this past week, being on the Punchline main stage and having what I feel was a good set. Like, I couldn't have even imagined when I was a teacher that if I had left teaching, eventually there would be things that got me there, and that it was funny enough to even do comedy. I knew I was funny, but I thought comedy was like modeling. Like, there's some people that are just exceptionally pretty, and so like they model. There's some people that are funny, but there's some people that are exceptionally funny and they do comedy. Also, so that is true. We are exceptionally funny people. And then also everyone has like, there's some really good senses of humor that come out to the shows, and really good senses of humor that love and support us, for venues and individuals. But I thought all comedy was riffing. Like, I thought Jim Gaffigan just went up there and riffed on Hot Pockets. Like, he just got up there, like he just had a Hot Pocket and was like, here's what I'm going to say. I didn't know that we can write jokes. I am definitely, I guess that's why people are such fans of podcasts and things, is because it does show off the cuff funny, and honestly, like the crowd work, like a comedy that is good at crowd work right now, like that is in a lot of the future of comedy, because the best comedy shows sometimes are more like hangouts, where it's like, all right, the audience has a good sense of humor, the comic has their jokes, and there's like, I don't know, like some understanding and banter even. Again, the audience isn't heckling, but it's like the good sense of humor, and a crowd work comic knows how to bring out the best sense of humor in their audience. I'm not a good crowd work comic. I all things will go to hell and chaos, like when I was a teacher, if I do too much. However, I just have like the most awesome people that come to my shows, such good senses of humor, and I do want to be able to make more of a, if that's like what it is, that's gonna become the new form, or the more popular form of comedy, which is presenting jokes, but a good portion of good banter. Thank God I'm gonna live a long time. I have a lot to work on. Alright, so my least favorite things to dream about, or the typical stuff, like everyone I love all of a sudden hates me and wants to, not only they hate me, but they hate me so much they want to hurt me, or like yeah, basically that's like my recurring nightmare, is always one thing where it's like everyone that I love all of a sudden, not only do they not like me, but they all together band and are like, yeah, fuck this bitch. That's why it's a nightmare. There's no reason why that would ever happen. It's as ridiculous as the dreams where I bite into a donut and it has jelly and dollar bills in it. Vegetables you like. A, if you got a good woman that can cook good vegetables, you can like any kind of vegetable. I'm not that woman. I also have a whole joke about that. I might not do it tonight though, but I'm not your cook. I even said woman. You can have a good dude that cooks vegetables. I guess I'm speaking from experience, where it's always been like, if there was like a meat product, the guy was preparing it. I know, it's so fucking misogynist. And you know what? And I've known same-sex couples as well, and there was one that would do the meat and one that would do the side dishes. And that could be anyone. Maybe every relationship has a side disher and a meat person. Well, if you're the side disher in your relationship, a good partner is someone that can like make vegetables taste good. Like Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts taste like actual farts. But if you cook Brussels sprouts right, I don't know how to do that, but if you know someone that does, you can make Brussels sprouts taste pretty fucking damn good. I would call them my favorite vegetable, but I've had Brussels sprout side dishes that were like better than the barbecue of the meal even, because they were cooked so well. Probably with butter. I don't know. I'm not questioning it. I'm just like, hell yeah, vegetables. Getting them in. All right. I think I'm going to end here. Check out that writing group or just get coffee. And yeah, tonight, Chico. Hell yeah. I'm going to have a great Sunday. I hope everyone else does too, because you all deserve it. I'm going to post it on YouTube. I'm also going to post this shit on YouTube later. Sunday, fun day. I love sleeping in.